Rami the Rash, aka Cocaine Cletus, selling his future for drug money. MGTOW is the only way to live. Greatest hits, October 18th, 2018. Watch the Rami the Rash video. Okay, folks, if you want to get perked up, you want to get rock and rolled, you want to get higher than a kite, then drink some of Rami the Rash's wonderful coffee out of the Rami the Rash cup. Coming soon. Okay, folks, this is an upcoming video. I want to thank everyone for watching, and but let's first hear from our wonderful, wonderful, wonderful sponsor.
This video is sponsored by Texas Caregiver Support Services. For more information, visit www.texascaregiver.com.
Darren Beedman, I presume. Hello, everyone. This is Charles F. Gray, aka Atari Charles. And here I am wearing the Darth Vader mask. Anyways, my son actually gave that to me. He didn't want it anymore. And unlike the other one where it doesn't come apart and you literally have to fit it on your skull and it won't fit an adult man, this one actually has a back piece. So actually, as an adult, you can actually wear this, which is kind of cool. So when he didn't want it anymore, I think his friend gave it to him. Then it was like, yeah, sure, I'll take it. That's cool. Anyways, I'm cleaning it up. I'm going to put it downstairs in the studio on display. It's kind of cool. Okay, so anyways, so basically what I would like to discuss today is, of course, basically my philosophy on collecting movies. Now, I've done some movie discussions before. This, of course, will actually be posted on my main channel as well as my kind of movie channel as well, kind of thing, right? So anyways, folks, what I would like to discuss, of course, is why I collect movies and what the philosophy is behind that, and go from there. But just give me one sec. All right, so we have 3 movie formats that I am interested in. First off, we have VHS. Of course, this is Fight Club. The VHS tape looks like this, in case some of you have not seen one before in your life, but most of you have. And what it does is you pop it in the machine, you play it, there's a tape, the tape wraps around the heads and plays. So there's VHS. Now, I'm not a huge collector of it, unlike Darren Beedman, but I do have some tapes. And with VHS, unless it's like a really rare release, I don't pay anything for it. So I think I've paid maybe $15 to $20 total on VHS. The other stuff I've gotten for free. The second format, which basically surpassed VHS, there's been other formats, of course. The DVD, this is Terminator Salvation, awesome movie. Voila. So, anyways, DVD. I do collect DVDs. The only time I buy them now is, I get a lot for free. The only time I buy them now is if basically the DVD has special features that the Blu-ray release doesn't, or basically it's in copyright limbo or copyright hell, and it's not going to be released on Blu-ray anytime soon, so therefore I buy it on DVD. Third one is, of course, basically Blu-ray, which is Hellraiser. You know, DVD and Blu-ray discs look the same. Voila. Just uses a different laser. The DVD laser is a red laser. The Blu-ray laser, well, I guess it's a blue laser. I can explain it more, but I'm not going to. You can look up the technical specifications. All right. So the thing is, I collect movies. I like the physical media. because basically I do stream things. I do have a PS3, an antique PS3 back there, a fat PS3 or PS3 fat. I do stream movies, but if I really enjoy the movie or really enjoy the documentary, I'm like, you know what, I would like to own that. And the reason being is, yeah, sure, it's on streaming, but let's say I want to watch it again 6 months from now, because I do watch movies numerous times, because you always find out new things about the movie, and same with documentaries. And then you're like, oh, I want to watch this. Oh, shit, they removed it because the license runs out, and let's say Tubi or Netflix or whatever doesn't renew the license, and therefore then they lose that particular movie. Whereas if I have it, I can watch it anytime. The other aspect, of course, is basically with censorship and things like that in the future, and they've already actually removed Donald Trump from the what the fuck was it? The Home Alone movie, where I think part 2, where the kid goes to New York. The Canadian broadcast, when they broadcast that on TV, they were fucking immature enough to remove the Donald Trump scene, which is fucking absolutely idiotic. And I hate censorship, and I want to watch the movie as it was intended in the theaters, not the censored shit version, basically. Okay, so we're going to talk about some downfalls in regards to Blu-ray compared to DVD. Now, this, of course, is better resolution, 1080i or 1080p, sometimes 720p in the earlier ones. This is, of course, 480p, I believe. Now, the thing is, basically, you'll find there's a lot of Blu-ray releases where they do this. This one has a bunch of extra features, but most of them don't. A lot of them, they'll release it and it's just the movie, and all the extra features that were on the DVD version are not. So you end up owning 2 versions of the same movie because the DVD version is not as good, but has the extra features. The Blu-ray, for whatever reason, doesn't. Also, the other aspect is the aspect ratio. I find most DVDs I come across are always in the theatrical aspect ratio. Now with this one, it's kind of hard to tell really quickly. I'm not going to waste your... But there's different aspect ratios. What they will do, the lazy releases for the Blu-rays, and Alliance is very famous for this, one of them, where what they'll do is they won't release it in the aspect ratio that it was released in the theater. They will release it in their just kind of like 16:9. Even though if the movie is like 4:3 or blah, 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 or I can't remember all the measurements out there. 2 colon blah blah blah. They don't try to release it that way. So I had this from with the movie From Dusk to Dawn. I bought it on Blu-ray. Found out later the aspect ratio was wrong. Then they came out with the Steelbook edition, and for whatever reason that was a proper aspect ratio. So I bought that and I gave the other version to my friend. The other aspect is, of course, we have the Night of the Living Dead situation, where Night of the Living Dead movie from 1968, when it was released on Blu-ray, it was in basically the right aspect ratio, not exactly, but close, but they clipped it. So instead of the screen being like this, they fucking zoomed in a bit. You're missing information there. I don't know fucking why they did that. And many of the releases out there, until they finally did a proper Criterion did a proper release with a proper aspect ratio, so on and so forth. So the thing is, DVDs, it's a poor quality format, but generally speaking, the aspect ratio is correct, and it has a lot of the extras. I'm not saying this one does, but just in general, it will have all the extras. Blu-rays, unfortunately, it's a better quality video, but then, of course, basically, most times, the extras aren't even included, or there are very few extras, and on top of that, it may be in the wrong aspect ratio. And I've had to basically rebuy some Blu-rays when they finally came out with the correct aspect ratio. This happened with Trainspotting, this happened From Dusk to Dawn, and this happened with Night of the Living Dead, 1968. Anyways, this is Charles F. Gray, Atari Charles, over and out. Again, VHS, DVD, Blu-ray. I don't fuck around with 4K because I think it's a dying format in physical media, and that's about it.
This video was sponsored by the World Caregiver Network. For more information, visit www.worldcaregivernetwork.com.